Welcome to the National Electrical and Communications Association and the Fair Work Ombudsman's electronic seminar for the Electrical, Electronic and Communications Contracting Industry Award 2010. My name is Oliver Judd. I'm the Employee Relations Manager for NECA, and I will also be your Fair Work Liaison Officer. If you have any questions in relation to this video, feel free to contact me on the details that will be provided later on to discuss any of the issues you may have. Please note that this video is supplemented by a guide to the Modern Award and the National Employment Standards. We recommend that you have a copy available with you during the video to assist you to understand the scenarios that are dealt with. To obtain a copy, simply fill your details into the form on this page and NECA will get a copy to you. This presentation is broken into chapters, each containing an explanation of each of the National Employment Standards, or NES, and an explanation of the more critical provisions of the Electrical, Electronic and Communications Contracting Award 2010. It is important that you understand the obligations outlined in this video, as there are significant fines that can be imposed where businesses do not comply. A set of 10 standards, known as the National Employment Standards, or NES, was introduced on 1 January 2010 as part of the implementation of the Fair Work Act 2009. These standards apply to every employee in Australia, except non-constitutional employees engaged in Western Australia. This generally means employees of sole traders, partnerships, and government and public institutions, regardless of their type of employment. This chapter deals with redundancy. Redundancy occurs where a particular job no longer needs to be done, resulting in an employee being made redundant. Redundancy does not result from any factor arising from the employee's performance or behaviour, but can include such things as 1. Economic downturn, i.e. the company is not making enough money to continue with an employee's employment. 2. Technological change. The company purchases a machine that is capable of performing the role of the employee. 3. Company mergers and restructuring. In this instance, the company may merge two offices in separate locations and no longer requires all of the employees to perform their roles. And 4. Changes in production methods, which would include a change in how a business performs its functions, meaning that an employee is no longer required. The Fair Work Act provides that where an employer has decided to terminate 15 or more employees as a result of redundancy, the employer must give written notice about the proposed termination to the Chief Executive Officer of Centrelink prior to terminating the employees. The notice must set out 1. The reasons for the terminations, 2. The number and categories of employees likely to be affected, and 3. The time when or the period over which the employer intends to carry out the terminations. A duty exists within the Modern Award to notify and discuss with employees any decision to introduce major changes in production, program, organisation, structure or technology that are likely to have significant effects on employees, such as termination, the elimination of job opportunities and so on. In other words, any decision to make an employee redundant must first be discussed with the affected employees. The Fair Work Act identifies the following employees as not being entitled to receive redundancy entitlements. 1. An employee whose period of continuous service with the employer is less than 12 months, or 2. The employer is a small business employer, i.e. engaging less than 15 full-time employees. 3. An employee is an apprentice, or 4. A casual employee. Where an employer engages 15 or more employees, an employee who's paid... Start from paragraph 16 again. Where an employer engages 15 or more employees, an employee whose position is made redundant shall be entitled to redundancy pay in accordance with the table identified at page 50 of the guide. If under your previous award there was a greater redundancy entitlement, that entitlement will continue to operate until 1 July 2014. Thank you for watching this video. We encourage you to watch all the chapters in this series. If you have any questions, you can contact me on the details that are shown, and if you haven't already obtained a copy of the guide, we strongly recommend that you get one as soon as possible.